Hello everyone, Joe Morton here at the home office of Utah, home office of Zango in Utah, here in my office actually. Welcome wherever you are watching this around the world. This is a recorded version, video version of Giddy Up and Go with Joe. As you know, I send out a written message that goes out from time to time, sometimes once a week, sometimes once every few weeks. Sometimes I do an audio message. This one's a video message that's going out. And wherever you are, I greet you. And I hope your year of 2014 is kicking off to be great. Like my dad used to always say to me, and I pass it on to you, make it a great day, make it a great year, make it a great month. I hope as you're going towards the end of the month, finishing off, that you're shooting for 1K, 5K, whatever that next position is, 20K. Especially those in the Phoenix area who are going to be with Aaron and in Phoenix on, I think, the February 8th, where you can be recognized. I saw that on Boxer this morning. It was great. Hey, I've had a lot of fun being around the world with you. Whoever's watching this, my brother Gordon was just in Taiwan doing meetings, as well as in Colombia and Minneapolis with Dr. Anderson and Richard. I just had the opportunity to be with Grace and Chris and Art and their teams in Vancouver, which was wonderful. What a great event. Then off to Tokyo, I had a great couple days of meetings there, and then over to Michigan with Ray and Mary and Janelle and that team. Fighting the weather there. Oh, thank you for being there. Roads were shut down. It was crazy. Good old-fashioned storm. On the news, they were calling it the Arctic blast. I like to refer to that as a good old-fashioned storm, but it did close down roads. So thank you for being there. We were able to have a good crowd despite the weather. So thank you, and we all look forward to being back there for the next quarterly. Gary and I helped kick the quarterlies off here in Salt Lake City earlier this month. It was wonderful. Beverly and Kent were just in Europe and CIS kicking the year off. Myself and Kent and Aaron will be in Mexico with close to 10,000. Actually, they're pushing for 10,000 people there. It's going to be an amazing event. And if you're in the Phoenix area and you're looking anywhere in the Arizona region, you want to get to that event, make sure you get tickets from Dr. De Guzman or Tommy or Carolyn or any of those leaders in that area to help drive towards there. Make sure that you get to that event. You don't want to miss it. Sandy and Ed also helping to coordinate that particular event. It's going to be phenomenal. So what are we doing at these events? What are we doing? We're recognizing in the Zalo compensation plan, as well as the Zango compensation plan, all the rank advancements. We're also talking about the art of promotion. We're talking about the basics of business building, the very basics of one-on-ones. You don't get a room, like we'll use Phoenix as an example. They're going to have a packed room. You don't get a packed room by just like that. You start with a lot of one-on-ones, building towards a home party of some sort of an event, which will build towards weekly or a monthly event of some sort, which will build towards the quarterly. That's the goal. Build. One meeting, one builds towards the next, which builds towards the next, which builds towards the next. And then those quarterlies, we'll have quarterlies for the first 3 quarters of the year. Then we will build towards our regional. That's going to be in Long Beach, California in October. You don't want to miss that. Again, one-on-ones are going to build towards that quarterly, towards that regional, which will then build towards the international convention, which we've announced, Las Vegas, Nevada, in September of 2015. So you see, we're not just saying, let's have a convention in 2015. We start now. See, we start now building that basic foundation. One-on-ones are going to build towards a packed event in Las Vegas in September of 2015. And the one-on-ones are going to build towards those home parties that are going to build towards a weekly or a monthly event, which will build towards the quarterlies, and then build towards that regional, which will build towards the convention. Now, if someone's not doing a home party in your area, organize it. Step up. Say to your upline, I want to do this. Start doing it. Work with your upline. Connect with them. If someone's not doing a monthly, step up. Hey, I can do this. Work with your upline. Key. Connect with them, work together, and put one on in your area. That will build towards these quarterlies. And then we'll come and we'll recognize that effort. We're starting as well in these meetings, we're starting the basics. We're teaching the basics of how to make money with Zango. We've talked a lot about the incredible money that's been made and is being made and will be made in Zango and the new Zalo incentives and the new Zalo compensation plan. It's phenomenal. But what about down here, those one-on-ones that I'm talking about, that solid, building that solid foundation, building towards the convention? What about this? I loved Grace. Grace Dick gave this incredible presentation in Vancouver where she said, 5 ways to make money with Zango. She started with, right off the bat, nothing beats free. Because that's on a customer level. A customer can learn how to get their product for free. Did you know that? If you didn't, find out more about it. And what do you do with that free product? Well, if you're a distributor, you can use it for displays, you can use it for samples. What if you're getting limitless? You can be sampling that out, building your business. You can sell the product. Yes, you can sell that product. You get it for free after you've structured your customers, you get it for free, and then you go and sell it. Basic ways to make money. There's the ADP rewards. ADP rewards allow you to get free product from the company. Again, use it for samples, use it for displays, use it for home parties, use it to sell it. Use it to try something new so that you can get a new testimony on a new product. She jumps into Customer Connect and Power Start on both plans. Then there's the Unilevel and so forth and so forth. You can go through. There is the Drive Your Own Dreams bonus. Incredible. Many people get in, over 300 people in the first few months alone of this new incentive plan. Are you that close? Find out how you can make that incentive. That's in addition to everything else. So incredible ways to be able to make money. This is what we're talking about at these events. We're talking about the products as well. We've had doctors joining us. Dr. Templeman, for example, was with me. Dr. Morton as well at some of these meetings. And Dr. Templeman with Aaron in Phoenix, educating on the products, particularly Zalo Ageless, Zalo Limitless, Zalo Ignite, and Zalo Reload. That's the focus. And of course, Mangosteen, always, always, always. Being a big part of the Zango Ageless, you're going to hear about that as well. So these events are great. Don't miss them. And if you miss them this time, make sure you get to the next one. There'll be other quarterlies that we're working towards. Again, remember that vision though, the art of promotion. As we promote through, learn on a basic level how to build this business. Now, another point that I want to talk about today on this Giddy Up and Go with Joe, this video version of it, is this book right here, David and Goliath. If you remember last time when Dave Webb and I were here in my office around the holidays, I talked about 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Person by Stephen Covey. Love that book. We talked about that for a couple months. I encourage everyone to be reading a book every month. If you remember, I've introduced As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I've introduced Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I've introduced 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Person, particularly focusing on 2 of those habits. Begin with the end in mind, and then first things first, which is the action part. The vision, then the action part. Those are the 2 key points that I wanted to talk about. But this one, if you remember, I introduced this idea, this book. Why again? Because every day we need to feed our minds. My father used to teach us this growing up. He would joke and say, if we saw us watching something on TV or something that wasn't productive, he would say, garbage in, boys, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. But he'd say the opposite as well. Positive in, good out. It's the way our minds work. It's the way our bodies work. And so I encourage us all to work on a daily basis to feed our minds. We're feeding our bodies with our great products, feeding our bodies with hopefully good, healthy foods, exercising, keeping active, which we all encourage. But also, we need to feed our mind. So last month I introduced this book. Why did I introduce this book? David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell, an incredible author, by the way, of course, out of Ontario, Canada, which is wonderful, my home province. But why did I introduce this book? David and Goliath, Underdogs, Misfits, and the Art of Battling Giants. Because his point is this. In fact, I liked it so much, I made this quote and I put it in my planner that I look on a regular basis. He says, conventional wisdom holds that a disadvantage is something that ought to be avoided. that it is a setback or a difficulty that leaves you worse off than you would be otherwise. And he's saying, but that's not the case. We all have disadvantages. We all have weaknesses. We all have challenges. It's a part of life. But if we learn how to use those so-called, quote, disadvantages, we can turn those into advantages. We can turn those into strengths, turn those weaknesses into strengths. I love it. And so I like this because I've chosen this year. Although I've always had this as part of my makeup a little bit, and I have to thank my parents for kind of teaching us that principle, I've never focused on it the way I'm focused on it now. I'm saying I'm going to take my weaknesses and turn them into strengths. I'm going to take my so-called disadvantages and turn them into strengths. And I recognize that it's okay that I have a disadvantage. It's okay that I have a, quote, disadvantage or a, quote, weakness. Because it's those things that help drive us to greatness. They help drive us to greatness if we let it. So I encourage you all to take, this is a top seller right now, and that's one of the reasons why I chose it as well. It's easy to get to on in any bookshelf right now. It's a top seller. It's his most recent book, and it's out there everywhere. I encourage you to get a copy, read this, and take note and say, hey, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to become great this year. Again, a reason we feed ourselves with good, positive every day. And so you might say, well, Joe, do you have any? Of course I do. We all have weaknesses. We all have, quote, disadvantages. One, I will just share with you, if it's okay, I don't think it's that personal, is I've never been a great reader. School didn't come super easy for me. I was one of those kids that had a wandering mind, a little more interested in the physical activities of sports and so forth. I wasn't a great reader, and as an adult, I've always used that as, that's my disadvantage, that's my weakness. I'm not a great reader, but I know how powerful it is. Of course I read, I do read, but do I read enough? I don't believe I read enough, because I know there's so much good out there that can feed my mind and help me recognize where I need to be in life and take me up another notch or 2 or 10 notches. And so I've chosen to take this supposed, what I've always labeled myself as a weakness, and turn it into a strength. And since I've done that, I'm on to 3 or 4 books this month alone. Almost finished another one. I'm reading it physically every day, but I'm also taking the chance to audibly listen. I do a lot of exercise, and so I'm able to listen to audio books now too. So between the reading part and the audio, I can pump out a couple books, whereas many people can read that. I'm not as quick to read, and that's okay, so I'm finding other ways. Find a way. When your passion will help find a way, passion will help find a way. And so I'm taking that chance to make my so-called weakness into a strength. I love this business. I thank you for being part of this business. We help people with products. We help people with a business and opportunity. We help people with personal development. And I'm going to throw in a fourth. We help feed hungry mouths. Thank you on behalf of all your efforts and Zango's efforts. We've donated over 5 million meals since the Meal Pack program started. It's getting close to 6 million meals. And right now, what we've got going here in the United States and Canada is we're going to donate a meal on behalf of every person who signs an application form and becomes a distributor. So if you signed up today, thank you. Congratulations on your behalf. We just sent a meal to a hungry mouth, to feed a hungry mouth because of your decision. So thank you. We help people with products. Do not hesitate to share the products. I love to get the emails that come in saying my life is completely different. I know you do too. Whether it be Zango Juice, whether it be Limitless or Zalo Ageless. I love to hear the testimonials. Jim Greiner stood up and talked about losing 45 pounds at the meeting I was just at in Michigan. Another gentleman stood up and said he lost 65 pounds through the Faveo program and the Zalo Ageless. Incredible. Do we have products that are changing lives? Absolutely. Do we have a business opportunity that's helping people? I talked about that basic level of nothing beats free, allows a person to get their product for free right off the bat. Customer Connect, Power Starts, people driving their own dreams through the compensation plan, people making house payments, people paying for vacations of their dreams, people making crazy amounts of money, all different levels. And at the very least, learn how you can take advantage of the tax benefits of a home-based business. Most every country in the world offers this. I know for sure the United States and Canada does. If you're not taking advantage of that, learn to and tell people about it. Of course, they have to work through their financial advisor, their tax consultant. Of course, you want to do that. But let me tell you, if you're not doing that and if you're not teaching people that, it's our right in our countries to take advantage of that. The governments have set that up. Again, I don't know every country's situation, but I can talk specifically about the US and Canada and what an advantage it is. And then the personal development side, you see this. I believe if network marketing is done right, we become better people. I just read Robert Kiyosaki's book, and Why A Students Work for C Students. Thanks, Tommy, good suggestion. And in that, he actually he talks proudly about network marketing companies, and one of the reasons why he does is because people become better. They set goals, they achieve goals, they shoot for higher levels in life, they build themselves, they dream, they step out of their comfort zones. It's wonderful. And then, of course, the fourth way, feeding hungry mouths around the world. So thank you for being a part of Zango and the Zalo plan. Thank you for being a part of the dreams that are around the world. Thank you for helping people with better health, with a business opportunity, with personal development, and feeding hungry mouths. I wish you a great day. I don't just wish you a great day, make it a great day. It's up to us. So, my video version of Giddy Up and Go with Joe, make it a great day. Thank you.